These trees growing in the water are called mangroves, and they occur naturally along most of Florida's coastline. Unfortunately, developers see them as an ugly barrier to an otherwise open view of the water and something in the way of an unobstructed sandy beach. These trees actually harden the coastline against erosion, protecting valuable property against storms and other natural erosion. The roots of the trees underwater are an amazing habitat of life, which is completely unseen if you stand at the surface and just look at the trees. You actually have to go in the water and look in order to see this amazing community of life, easily accessible to anyone with a mask and snorkel just feet off of the coastline. This is very shallow water, less than waist deep, where it's possible to stand up and to wade out and look at the mangroves if you like. Here the community is divided roughly into different zones, with the colorful black and white striped sergeant majors occupying the upper levels and larger fish occupying the lower stories. Just outside of the mangrove roots is a huge cloud of very small minnow-sized fish, which, among other things, serves as food for the larger fish living in the community of the mangrove roots. The roots themselves provide a briar patch, a thicket where the small fish can go and hide from predators. It's amazing how easily the fish move in and out between the roots, easily placing mangrove roots between themselves and me, or between themselves and any predators that might want to eat them. Also, the roots are in very shallow water. Surge actually pushes me around and into the roots at times. Here, I trigger a mass exodus of fish as I approach one mangrove tree, and the fish swim to take shelter in the tree that I've just passed by. The roots are covered with barnacles and other types of mollusks that actually filter the water as they feed, producing cleaner water for the fish and for human enjoyment as well. Again, I'm rocked by the surge of the waves sloshing through the mangrove roots. It makes it difficult for me to hold the camera still and to film the fish, but I can imagine it's also difficult for predators to approach the roots without being pushed by the waves into the barnacles and being cut as they try to get close enough to these fish in order to find one to eat. As I watch, I'm amazed at the variety of different fish. At first, the fish in the lower story just look different from the sergeant majors, but the closer I look, the more I see that it's not just one species. There are some with horizontal stripes, and then there are other more silvery fish with yellow fins, and occasionally I see several different species of other fish, although not in such abundance within the community here. It's amazing to see all this life around the mangrove roots, because snorkeling near the sandy beach or among the turtle grass and occasional coral away from the island, the environment is very barren. I hardly see fish at all in these other environments. But here among the mangrove roots, there's a thriving community of many species of fish. All of these grow up to be larger fish which later inhabit the reef, and people come to enjoy either viewing them while scuba diving or snorkeling, or to actually fish for them and catch a dinner for themselves. This amazing community is in danger from development. Anytime somebody clears out the mangroves to make a better view or to have a sandy beach in front of their property, they're actually removing this valuable community and this amazing oasis of life. Vast areas of the coast have now been modified by human activity, becoming basically barren deserts. On my way from the mangrove trees back to the shore, I'm passing over a more typical sandy beach area next to the island. This area is just a desert, completely devoid of life with the exception of this one jellyfish that is in the process of being swept by the incoming tide through the channel and into Biscayne Bay. In the open ocean, the rhythmic pulsing of the jellyfish's mantle can actually propel it with a sort of underwater jet propulsion, allowing it to move through its environment and find areas where conditions for its life and its food are more plentiful. Although here on the incoming tide, it's hopelessly too slow and will be swept into the bay.